the privilege of coaching our varsity volleyball team again this year, second season. Most of you have probably heard by now or have some idea of how our season went and how successful we were on the court. And honestly, there's too many stories for me from the season to get into for the time that we have, with the great teams that we had during the season and in tournament matchups. If you want to hear one of those stories, grab me next time you see me, or ask a player or a parent after the event tonight. What's more important is to tell you about how these girls conducted themselves during the season, representing Storm. More importantly, Christ this year with each other, with other teams, with referees, with fans. Last year, our devotion series was around how to emulate Christ. This year, our devotion was, the devotion book was titled The Next Step. Now that you know that and you know what's expected of us, how can we live it out in real life? So along the way during this season, I realized that volleyball and other sports probably have good analogies too, but in volleyball, practically every play, you're relying on your teammate, like we rely on our fellow Christians for support. We usually have to have a good pass, a good set, and a good hit to have a chance at scoring, let alone like a good block coverage, etc. And that doesn't always go according to plan. So practically every play, you're having to forgive yourself for something that went wrong, forgive your teammate, you're having to encourage them, you might be celebrating them, and you have to reset and go back to the next point, or go back to your life or your next chance. And so it's a good example for that. You also can't just have one dominant performance like you can with a pitcher, or get a 20-point lead and just wait for the clock to run out. You have to finish. You have to keep rededicating yourself. So that's something I hadn't really thought about with volleyball, and something that these girls did better and better as the season went along. These girls did that, like I said, like over and over, whether it's at practice, each set in the matches they played, game after game, especially in long weeks, multiple tournaments. They just kept doing that until the whistle blew. And so I think, I believe that them going through those experiences successfully will help make those behaviors become natural in their everyday life and other aspects of life, and how they interact with other people. Strong skills certainly can help a team perform well, but it's only when the players genuinely love each other that they can do amazing things. These girls love God, they show that, and they love each other. I see that every time I see them together. And like Jesus said, those are the most important things for us to remember, and everything else is secondary. On behalf of our girls, I do want to finish by challenging our underclassmen and our middle school athletes that are out there in all sports. This program at Storm continues to raise the bar of what's possible and what can be expected. We don't have to go around saying, well, I'm a homeschool athlete, I can only do so much, or I can only go so far, or do so many things. There's no limit for what you can do. Take those gifts that God has given you and continue to hone them and practice them, not just in our gym and on our fields, but in your off seasons and in your other sports. And just take what you've seen this varsity volleyball team do and say, well, I can beat that, and how, and show us next year. Thanks, volleyball squad, varsity team. For all the great memories.
No, it's kind of hard to follow. Can you guys come up? I don't want to be alone. Come on. Okay. All right, I'm gonna kind of start with awards and then end on a little note. I know you guys are all tired of sitting, so we're gonna try to get through it. First of all, it is so hard with this team to choose awards for only 4 of them. I am in such the belief that there are winners and there are losers, And sometimes you don't get an award, but genuinely, all of them deserve awards this year. This was such a strong team. They went 36-1, and that one loss, we all know, should not have been a loss. But yeah, they are national title holders. They are state champions. So could not be prouder. Real quick, we have the Nationals MVP shout out, Beck Ayers. She had an MVP. And our all-tournament team, Sophia Budrick, who is not here, Beck Ayers, and Sadie DeCassis. Good job, ladies. All right, because it was so hard to choose awards, they all have such great character. They all have such great drive. They show up to every practice with such willingness, to every game with such strategy, mindness, and they just stand out. They all do. So we really had to just depend on stats because they're just all so skilled. So up first, we have our top performer in North Carolina with 444 digs, Grayson Shepard. All right, our top performer in North Carolina with 473 kills, Maggie Ayers. Our top performer in North Carolina with 941 assists, Sadie DeCassis. And lastly, our top performer nationally in hitting percentage with 58.8% is Ashley Dean. All right, just a couple notes. Bill hit so much on just the beauty of this team this year. They were all so special to be with. I found it such a privilege to even be here. I'm also an alumni that just kind of wandered back into the program, and I'm so thankful to be here. Olympic gold medalist Carrie Wolf said that she received so much value in playing from her high school team. She knows today's kids are getting higher quality reps in the club consistently, but high school gives something different, a pride, community, fun, and the chance to represent something bigger than yourself. I think that's so important that a lot of these girls play club volleyball. A lot of our other athletes do other things that give them a lot of reps, that give them a lot of great coaching from other programs. But that high school is so important to be a part of. This program has been so special for so long that I'm proud to be an alumni and come back, that these girls have shown so much of what makes this place so amazing. It's just so important to be here, and it's been such a privilege to witness their care for everybody, their strength for each other. There was literally no drama on this team for one single moment the entire season. That with a bunch of high school girls is unheard of.
That's a miracle.
So I appreciated that because I hate it. So thank you so much. They were all so kind. They all treated other teams with such kindness. I didn't hear a single bad thing said about a different team. They would approach the other team after the game to pray together. And whether the other team accepted or not, they handled it with such grace. So that was just such an amazing thing to be a witness of. I'm so privileged to be here at all. This year we went through devotions together, and the girls showed so much true devotion to it. They handled it well. They spoke so boldly of their faith to one another. Their visibility of faith was shown at tournaments and games. Yeah, it was just a great season. And they have shown such leadership to the next generation. And that's, again, such a special thing. That 6 out of 9 of our players are seniors and they're leaving, and that's so sad, but that they're leaving such a great legacy behind them. So I appreciate them so much for that, because it's so great to come back to the program and see that that's continuing on, that these next JV girls who are coming up next year, that they get to step into that role next, but these girls handled it so well. They were so intentional with our JV players, with our middle school players. They were just fantastic. They all showed great character. So thank you so much to the parents for being here and to going to all the games. Thank you, Battle and Wesley, for all that you guys do. Yeah, we appreciate you so much. And thank you so much to the Lord and Jesus for giving us the ability to even be here. So thank you all.
truly will be one of the teams that people will talk about Storm Athletics for years to come. As long as there's a program here, those girls have set an incredibly high bar. If you didn't see one of their games, shame on you, because that's the best volleyball you're going to see, if not in North Carolina, really in the country this year in high school girls volleyball. And we're just blessed to be able to watch it. Those of you that were able to be a part of that ride, we're thankful for that. And the Lord used them, I think, in a mighty way too, as you heard, spiritually, as opposed to just all those incredible stats. So it's come time. We really did pretty good getting back to schedule. Thank y'all for your patience. Renee, outstanding. So we are